Hello, and welcome to another episode of From the Hip. Today is Saturday, December 30th. We hope you had a wonderful holiday, and we're grateful that you decided to tune into the show to get your football fix. So sit back, get a drink, maybe some chips, and have some fun listening to these knuckleheads talk about football. Gentlemen, let me get you guys in here. Let me introduce everybody. I've got his new name, Mr. Third Place. Apparently, he's no longer the
Unfortunately.
Papa Spank Daddy character he created. That would be Tyler. Mr. Overrated here, Justin, and Corey Thompson. Gentlemen, how was your holiday?
It's great, man. Blessing.
I can't get over the opening of Tyler's face. It's so great. Like he's trying to smile, but he doesn't want to smile.
Fuck off, Corey. I didn't choose the clip. I have no control over this.
Tyler,
It will be updated.
All right, let's not give him too much shit. Hey, Corey, how was your birthday, man?
Oh man, everything's great. Christmas great. Birthday great. Still celebrating. Gonna go eat dinner with the family tonight. So they're waiting on me. So yeah, man, it's all good.
That's what's
Can't
up.
complain.
That's
And
love.
now we
That's
got the
love
New Year's.
when they still want to hang out with you. That's love.
Yeah, they put up with me.
For those of you at home, we are actually streaming on YouTube and we are streaming on Twitch today. Okay. If you notice, one of our cast members is not here, Mr. Mo. He has some family business to take care of. It is the holidays. What can you do, right?
Can you do?
Back next time. So, in honor of Mo, right? Gentlemen, I want to get right into it, okay? Let's do the rundown. We got some big stuff to talk about this week in football, guys. And I got a question for you. It's real simple. Why is Russell Wilson done? Why is he done playing for the Broncos? And I'll start with Corey.
I don't think it's what they're claiming it is, because he's talking about they wanted him to restructure his contract, which I kind of agree. He's not worth the money. He's not playing to that level like he was. But I think it's a little bit more than that. You know, they probably want to just move on from him. Yeah. There's something going on that we're not being told. And to see Sean Payton like just riffing at him a lot of times on the sideline and just going at him, that's Sean. I've never seen Sean Payton like that. Even with Drew Brees, never seen him that way. So there's got to be something.
It really isn't a good look because, you know, it's like as a child, right? You have your mother and your father. You should never really see them fighting as a child. So for the rest of the team, and I know it's like a bad example, but the head coach and the quarterback are supposed to be, you know, they're supposed to be on the same page. Because that's why the quarterback gets that much money. That's why they're always in the thing for the MVP, because they're supposed to be right here with whatever the head coach is thinking of. The quarterback is the one who's supposed to be doing right there. So the rest of the team watching them fight on the sidelines, that's not good for a team. Okay. Justin, what's your take on this Russell Wilson thing? I know that you feel very strong about it.
Nah, I don't like the move that the Broncos are making. Russell Wilson has played decent this year. He hasn't played the best, but I think that you knew his contract when you brought him over. It's not like he signed a contract over there when he signed a contract with the Broncos. No, when you traded for him, you knew the contract. Now you want to backtrack it.
He didn't actually sign that contract,
which I agree. I agree with, but now you want to reconstruct your contract because Corey made a point that he's not worth that money, which is 100% true. He's not worth the money. I don't think he's worth that much money, and I think I personally don't think so, because he's a great quarterback and all, but I don't think he's worth $245 million. You know, yeah. I don't think that, but
I don't think
you knew the contract
that much money. I don't care who it is. I don't care if Joe Burrow had if they took stem cells from Joe Burrow and combined them with Joe Montana and they made the perfect quarterback, he's not worth that type of money.
Yeah, I just don't think that you check on the contract and let him finish it out, or you give him a fighting chance and you trade him, which I think is probably what's going to end up being. You bench him because you don't want that, you don't pay that guarantee money. But I mean, I agree with Russell Wilson. You stand on business, man. You don't reconstruct your contract because you under pressure by the front office. Nah, if you want me playing for you, you send me somewhere else. I go play for them. Come home, baby. Come home. Send me somewhere else. I go. Come home, baby. Come home. Send me somewhere else.
I hear that again. That's why I said it.
Come home, baby.
The reason I ask is he not playing that well is because I want to show you guys something, right? This is old Russell in his Super Bowl winning season of 2013. Those numbers are almost identical. You already knew what you had before you got it. This is what he does. He doesn't do anything different. Okay, that's the year he won the Super Bowl. This is his current stats for this year. It's just about the same. It's not that he's not playing well. He's playing fine. Okay. He has more wins this year than Joe Burrow, but he did get hurt. Let's give him a love. Let's give him a little bit of love. Okay. He's got more than Herbert, who just recently got hurt, but he did play a lot more games and he doesn't have the wins that he has. He's got better numbers than Kyler Murray, who's making the same type of money, who only has 2 wins. Watson, who's always hurt. Okay, so what I'm saying is it's not about Russell. It's more about this is what they want to do. Sean Payton wanted a reason to get this guy out because he's not his guy. But here's the thing. You interviewed for that job. Russell was already there. You knew you were going to get him. And I'm sure when he was on his interview, he said, oh, I've got great plans of what I'm going to do with Russell Wilson. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your plans are he's not your type of quarterback. Let's get him out of here. You know? And they wanted him to restructure his contract. You're right, Corey, about that. I did get the I heard it yesterday. He finally opened up and said what they wanted him to do. They didn't want him to give up his money, but
they want to reconstructure it.
Yeah, it's like the 3rd week of the season. They have to evaluate, and if he's hurt, that money becomes guaranteed.
Yeah, it's like $35 million or something guaranteed.
37 million.
Yeah, and then
I did write it down.
There was something else.
Well, it's not something else. It's that they wanted him to move that date further on instead of being the 3rd week, and he said no.
Yeah, right here.
There was another
guaranteed $39 million in 2024, whether he is on the team or not, as well as another $37 million, his 2025 salary guaranteed if he could not pass a physical on the 5th day of the new league year in March.
Yeah, that's what it is.
To move that date, they didn't want him to take the money down, but they wanted him to move that date further so that they can evaluate and see what they wanted to do for the 2025 season.
And he said no.
No,
because
he said on business at that point.
Yeah, but he was saying, injuries happen, and I play hard. This is a physical sport. I'm not gonna move that away. Like I play hard every game. I give my all. Why would I give up something in case I get injured? I'm taking hits for the team. I deserve this, and I agree with him.
Which he's up there in most sacked quarterbacks in the league. He's up there.
Well, I mean, he's been up there for a long time with
he's been with Seattle.
Line.
Yeah, but here he's been sacked because he's holding the ball too long and the receiver's not getting open. And there's a lot more to it, but he's getting hit. It's not like he's not getting hit.
Run the ball.
He had with Seattle either.
The Legion of Boom, baby.
Yeah, but that was my argument to why the numbers were kind of similar.
To have Lockett,
Yeah, that was kind of my argument why the numbers were similar, because the league has changed within the last 10 years. It's not really a running league no more in the defensive league. It's a passing league. This is a quarterback league right now. So that's my argument to why the numbers kind of look the same, and it doesn't look like he's getting the same results because the league has changed in the last 10 years. That's a 10-year gap. We've got a Mahomes, we've had gotten a Josh Allen, we have gotten a Lamar, we've gotten them guys come in here and change his league. So,
like, if you're not throwing for 35 to over 4,000 yards in the season with
you're having a bad season,
20
and that's what's crazy.
to 30 plus touchdowns a year, you're not considered.
You're a bad
elite.
quarterback. You're a bad quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a game manager. That's game
what
manager.
you are.
Best thing to call him, game manager.
Curse, by the way.
Huh?
Since when did becoming a game manager? When has that become a curse?
That they make it seem that way now. That's the new.
If your team
and that's
is
what's crazy.
Winning, if your team is winning, like, and you're not okay, fine. Like I remember the Pittsburgh Steelers having Neil O'Donnell, and he was the ultimate game manager because he was not a spectacular quarterback, but he had a great running back. He had a great running back core. He had a great team. He threw when necessary, and they won the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay won with Trent Dilfer, okay, as a game manager. I don't even think that
we won with Trent Dilfer.
Yeah,
we did.
Okay, but I don't even think that, and I know this might be blasphemy. I don't think that Tom Brady, when he won with
that was my argument,
Tampa Bay, was the same Tom Brady when he was playing with New England. He was more of a game manager at that time. Why is that a bad thing? He won another Super Bowl.
But that team was stacked, and that defense, the Bucs defense, was really
look at the
good.
Legion of Boom. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Look at the Legion of Boom. It was the same thing. Not that Russell Wilson played bad. Those numbers were good. Numbers were good.
We touched on something a few weeks ago, and we touched on something mid-season when we were talking about the MVP and Lamar. And Corey stated that he doesn't think that he could win the MVP because his numbers aren't what they were the year that he won the MVP. He's right, 100% right. But is he not playing fantastic? Is his team not the number one team in football? Are they not odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
So he's decided to be more of a game manager and take it back a level than him being the superstar running around the field, throwing the ball everywhere, and they win more games than win a Super Bowl. Isn't that more important?
Yeah, of course that's more important, but it's not what the league wants or
forget
what
the
it
league
requires now.
I want to win. I want the team to win.
And when I talk game manager, the person that comes to my mind is Alex Smith.
Great game manager.
Not a strong arm quarterback. Could get you those short, good yardage, anything within 20 years, and did it for his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
And, he just went under the radar, and then the Chiefs let him go because they got Mahomes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look what they got. It was,
But he was a great game manager, but he just couldn't. He couldn't.
That. But what I'm saying is not a bad thing to be one.
No, it's not.
Like, it's not a bad thing. It's not a curse. All right, let's move on. Because I do have because I know you want to go out, Corey. So that's why I want to okay. Stroud is cleared.
Yay.
Okay, he's finally coming back. And I'm gonna start with you, Tyler. You've been oddly too quiet. So I'm gonna get you involved in this right now. Okay. CJ Stroud is back. He should be going for Sunday's game, and they need him badly. And we're going to get further into the game.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to talk about his game later. But I just wanted to get your take on CJ Stroud. Him coming back. What's your take on that?
I mean, they desperately needed him. I mean, the Texans have not been looking good so far. I mean, let's see, just looking over the pack, because how many games has he missed now?
2.
I think he's missed 2, and
he missed 2.
Would have been straight.
They're 1-1 without him right now.
Yeah, and the Texans are all over the place. I mean, they're beating. Let's see right here. They beat the Titans. They lost to the Browns. They lost to the Jets. For Christ's sakes.
Easy.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Yeah, it's hurtful. It's hurtful.
Yeah, well, listen, I get it. You're New York boys, but you all can admit the Jets suck this season. They're just
Ooh, I like this.
They're trash. They also lost to them 30-6. They couldn't even get a fucking touchdown, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring this graphic up.
I like this new one.
So yeah, right there it shows Texans are in the hunt, and they're going up against the Titans, who they've already beaten, so they should be able to beat them fairly
They're
easily.
just playing like spoilers right now. That's what they're doing.
And they have the Colts next, who are in the
Ooh,
wild
but
card.
I don't know, because now what happens if Colts win, Texas win, and Jags lose? Because there's no Lawrence.
No.
Yeah, Lawrence. There's no Lawrence.
Actually been ruled out for the game tomorrow, which that's probably why Mo's not here. Mo probably is still in the corner sobbing because Lawrence has elected to miss his very first game.
Yeah, family issues were a lie.
Yeah,
He's just crying right now. I can't wipe away the tears. I can't get on.
Business to attend to. No. He just didn't want to see. He didn't want us to see him tear up, and I understand. You know,
you guys are terrible.
But yeah, if the Texans want a chance to at least get into a wild card, they're going to need Stroud.
Yeah, they well. Oh, we're going to touch on this later because they need a lot more than Stroud.
That's true.
But okay. Additionally, another guy was out for Miami. This one directly will affect Corey because they are playing Baltimore tomorrow. And Waddle is out, which means Tyreek Hill is on his own for this one.
The lone wolf.
Okay. Don't get me wrong, they still got the running game. but as far as his cohort, his other side of himself, Waddle's out. I wanted to talk about that. We're going to get further into that when we get to that game. That game's going to matter. But one more thing for this week in football. The Vikings have benched Mullins. They will be starting Jaron Hall. The reason why this is so important, I'm going to bring the graphic back up, guys, is because the Vikings were in the hunt. The Vikings are right outside the playoff, and they decided to bench. Don't get me wrong. Mullins definitely not the man. But they are going to their fourth quarterback since Kirk Cousins has been hurt.
No. He was the backup. He was the backup.
Mullins was the original backup.
Yeah, he's the original backup. Yeah.
He got Dobbs, then he went to Hall.
But yeah, it'll be this is now
they're going back to Hall again. They benched Mullins.
Dobbs and Mullins,
in the past 2 weeks, he's thrown 6 interceptions.
Yeah, but that boy put up some numbers though.
If you throw the ball every play, you gonna put up numbers.
He's slinging it.
He got 500 yards and 10 interceptions. I like it.
I like it. He's slinging it though. The boy's slinging it.
He was trying. He was putting some numbers up. There was some high scoring games, but
it's exciting.
At the end of the day, but he lost the games though. But he lost.
You lose. If you gonna throw the ball, you better well win. You better win. You better win.
At this point, they've taken the Vikings from a wild card team where they were a wild card team, and now they're out of the wild card. Which later on, I wish Mo was here because he would jump all over me because y'all been after me. Y'all been after me about my predictions from earlier this season, and you're saying that I have to amend them. Well, just a quick preview of what's coming. A-Rod's playoff predictions are back.
Oh boy,
with only 2 weeks left, so they're not that far off.
Why I think the Jets are coming in at number 7 somehow.
Hey, I tried adequate ways to get him in, but it's not possible.
He gonna draw. Everybody's gonna tie or something this week. The Jets gonna sneak in something.
It was not mathematically possible. Otherwise, the Jets would be in there. All right, but it is what it is. So, lastly, to get into the thing, speaking of the Jets, okay, they assisted in having the Browns clinch. The Browns are in the playoffs. They did not clinch their division because they happen to be in the same division as every other hard team in the AFC.
Baltimore.
The Baltimore Ravens. So they did not clear that, but they have clinched their wild card spot for sure. That's there. And let me bring this graphic back up. Not that one. This one. And I want to tell you guys how it's not mathematically impossible for them to actually take the number one
It's not.
spot.
It's not.
If
They
we
already
lose
said
to
it's not.
Miami, and then we
What
lose
would have
again.
to happen is that Miami would have to beat Baltimore, and Miami would have to lose next week, the following week. Okay, but it's not mathematically impossible. They can do this. So, gentlemen, your takes on the Browns and now that they're in the playoffs. Tyler.
Oh, start with me. Start with me.
Okay. Got it.
Start with me. What I say 2 weeks ago to last week? I remember which episode I said it. What episode I said it? About 2 weeks ago, right?
It was you and me.
That the Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah, they were.
Did I say it?
Yeah, you said it.
That was me, right? I could have sworn it was me who said that.
So then
does it look crazy now? Does it look crazy now? That's my question.
No, but do you have them coming out of the AFC?
Absolutely. And I still have them.
Still do.
Still do. Stand on it.
Okay.
That's bonkers.
I'm still going to have them come out the AFC. The reason why, like I said, look what they did to the Jets. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say the Jets is a top tier team. No, but this is a good defense that in the first half, they throw up 34. Enough said. Without his best receiver, enough said. Because Amari didn't play. The juggernaut, then Njoku did. And he carried. CJ Mosley, you know what to do with that boy. Enough said. Like I said, the Browns is the most completed team in the NFL, other than Baltimore. And because they're in the same division, I see them beating them out. Enough said.
That Papa time is catching up with Flacco. You know he fell asleep on the sideline though.
Yeah, that's because it's a nighttime game. It's a nighttime game. You know it was a nighttime game. He's used to playing at 1.
I felt like my wife and I, we decided to watch a movie yesterday when we got home. We went out to have dinner. When we got home, I said, "You want to watch a movie?" She goes, "You're going to go to sleep." I said, "No, I'm not. I'm wide awake."
No, I'm not.
8 minutes of that movie.
I'm telling you.
That movie went by fast.
They put out a meme and they're like, "This man has 5 kids. Leave this man alone when he's getting
like he's not used to being up past 7 o'clock. He's in bed by 7. So for the game to be at 8 o'clock, it was tough for him. Okay, I know the Super Bowl is going to be played at nighttime, but he got 2 weeks to rest.
I think it's great to see him come back and be able to put up these numbers that he's been doing. 300 yards every game. He limited his interceptions this game. He threw 1, but he's still putting up like 3 touchdowns a game. Man.
You know, like I said, it's different if you throwing the ball and you throw 1, 2 of them. It's okay. I'm not going to say because you're throwing. You're going to make mistakes. You're not perfect. But if you throw him in 5, 6, now you got an issue. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing that. He's playing amazing, bro. Without his best receiver at that, Amari Cooper was on the hoodie on the sideline.
Yeah.
And he was just taking a day off because he went off the weekend game before. So that's all he was doing. He went off. So they said, you know, you have the day off, bro. We're playing the Jets. Njoku got this. And Njoku handled business. Njoku found the open slots, ran for the yards after the catch every time. And he was not going down. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown. Coming after Ford had a big run. Ford had a touchdown. Everybody had a touchdown.
Ford had 2 touchdowns. Elijah Moore had 1. And Joker
it don't matter. Even though Elijah
crazy.
Moore, thank God Elijah Moore is okay because he had that big hit he took and everything like that. So thank God he's okay. He was able to walk off the field with his own power. But the Browns is the most complete team. Like I said, they have a great offensive line. They have a juggernaut in a running back, a juggernaut in tight end, a stud in a QB, and a good receiver room, and a great defense behind it. This team is the most scariest team going to the playoffs. And like I said, they're the ones who's going to spoil Baltimore's reign of terror that they're going through right now. He's going to spoil it. And we're going to see the Browns in the Super Bowl, bro. Like I said it, and I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to continue to say this every weekend and week out until I'm wrong. That's it. When I'm wrong, I mean I'm wrong. But right now, I'm not wrong.
Well,
I mean,
the only thing that gets me about them is that as a wild card team, will they be able to string along 3 away games
You gotta look at who he's playing.
Yeah, it depends on who they're
Yeah,
playing.
it
Who they
depends on who they're
playing?
playing. I know because but could they string? It's a possibility where they could have to play 3 away games in a row.
Can you pull up the wild card for the AFC again? The graphic.
Let me pull up this one for you.
5.
Would you like this one?
Yeah, this one's fine. See, right now, if the player was incident, you played the Jaguars. Jaguars are a great team. Don't get me wrong, but they playing hurt. They're playing hurt. They're not really playing the best.
Before Mo get back.
What'd you say?
You better watch out if Mo hears this.
I can't hear Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I said, but you're still playing away.
Yeah, you're still playing away, but momentum is a hell of a drug, but only if you feel confident going in. If Trevor Lawrence is hurt, confidence is a big key boost in these playoff games. You know that. And momentum, like I said all year, is a hell of a drug. Momentum, it don't matter if you go in, you beat the Jags, you move on. If you line up with Miami, if Miami is they struggle against good teams. Could be an upset there. The Chiefs is where I'm a little worried. That's where I'm worried because Mahomes is still Mahomes. Well, no, the Bills is in the wild card. I'm talking about like division leaders.
Yeah,
because you're gonna end up playing a division leader in the first round. So
there's a possibility you can end up
playing. So
the Bills. It all depends how weeks play out.
So it depends. Mahomes is what scares me because Mahomes has been there before. He's never been in I don't believe he's ever been in a division leader. I think he's always had a bye week. I could be wrong, but
he's never actually played 3 straight.
Yeah, he's never played. But Mahomes has been there. He's been there. He's done it time and time again. That's why that was the only one that really worries me. Other than that, Tua and T-Law, I'm not really worried about those two. But Mahomes is the only one that you got. Don't go in there like go in there to full gas on brakes and do not let up. You can't let up.
And what about your boy Minshew Mania?
Oh, Minshew is a wild card, man. But Minshew Mania, don't sleep on Minshew.
Minshew's not even making the playoffs, baby.
What? They're in right now.
No, he's going to end up getting knocked out.
Oh,
just going to be. It's because by the way the next 2 weeks are going to play out, certain teams they're going to get knocked out of the playoffs. I'm just saying. Hate to break it to you. All right. Next game. This game is today. Okay. And favored by 5.5. Okay. The Cowboys play the Detroit Lions tonight. The Detroit Lions come to Dallas tonight in a matchup that, while it doesn't really matter much in the playoff picture,
it matters.
It could mean everything in the playoff picture. You know what I mean? Dallas still is trying to fight for the division with the Eagles, as they have already shown they can't win on the road, so they need to win that division. But Detroit still has an outside shot at taking the top spot in the NFC, which would assure them to play each and every game throughout the playoffs in that dome. So my question to you guys is, who has a better chance at the win tonight?
It's at home.
I hate to say it.
Dallas.
I hate to admit it. It's got to be Dallas. It's got to be the Cowboys. Because the Lions failed me, making me Mr. Third Place because of that. So there is a little bias. But the Cowboys are 7-0 at home.
Yeah. They're almost unbeatable at home, which is why they need it.
And they're pissed off. The Buffalo loss and then the Miami loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Miami loss should
be pissed off.
And they look bad against Miami. I think they look worse against Miami than they did against Buffalo, even though they ran all over them.
Yeah, I mean, Miami didn't. I mean, their running game was weak at that time because Hill was just coming in, and they only had one other really good running back at the time. So you have your star running back injured. He's not going to play a whole lot. He's not going to push a lot. And then you have just your backup running back, and that's the Cowboys' weakest games. Now, what's the Lions' running backs looking like?
Two top tier running back.
Montgomery and
top tier
Gibbs.
Yeah, they might have the best 1-2 punch in the NFL.
So this is where the Cowboys at this point, they've lost 2 games back-to-back because of running.
Yeah. This is why it's such a scary thing. Odds on favorite. The Cowboys are favored to win by 5.5 points. And that's primarily and probably only because it's in Dallas. They elevate their game in Dallas.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. They just play better. But that's exactly why they need this win. Because if they have to play on the road for all
That's
of their
gonna be a problem.
games, they may not get one win. They may not get one win. Currently, right now, they're in the number 5 spot and have to play Tampa Bay. Can they beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay? I can't honestly tell you yes. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man.
That's a tough call. Tampa Bay's been looking pretty good these past few games.
As much crap as I've been talking about Baker Mayfield at work,
he's
playing right now. He's
right
playing.
Now. Let him bake.
He's playing for a job right now. I think that's what it is. Isn't he on a 1-year contract with the?
Would you not
on a 1-year contract?
Job?
Hell yeah, I'd give him the job.
I would.
After what he's done.
Yeah. Tampa Bay, bro, he ain't going nowhere. I got my quarterback.
Right. Yeah, he's good right there where he's at. He's playing. He's balling right now. He's balling. He found his home. He's balling right now.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not no 1 week.
Well,
it has not been 1 week.
No.
Week by week. By week.
He's done it for. Yeah, he's played really good for a few weeks. Even the game against the Texans. Yeah,
he's about to clinch a division.
Not like they're like destroying the world with their
on. I'm not gonna lie, they're in a shitty division, but still, he's about to clinch a division though.
Yeah, they're still 8-7, but still, they're there, man. They're there.
He's up there. He's up there with him.
So I'm just saying, personally, I'm still gonna pick the Cowboys. I'm not gonna pick against them.
Better stand by your team.
And
better stand by your team. Better stand by.
Stand by the team. The hat is in the corner over here somewhere, up on the shelf. I'll throw that on later.
Baker's 32. Oh no. I'm sorry.
This is where Dallas needs to show that they can stop the run. Here, this game, because if they don't show that they can stop the run, the playoffs is going to be tough. Granted, they are playing for a wild card spot, so they're going to play hard. Dak's going to come correct. They're not playing for a playoff spot. Let me get that correct. They're playing for the division. They're playing for home field advantage.
They need it.
So they need this victory. They need it, and they need to make an example out of the Lions and not let up the gas. They need to stop the run. They need to score efficiently and play great. Mika needs to get off that podcast and learn how to stop the run. Okay, that's what he needs to do. He needs to get off the blocks and get in the backfield.
Oh wow!
And, his podcast is amazing. I love it, but
ours is better.
You're right. He needs to get off the block, and he needs to get in the backfield and stop the run. Make sure they know who his name is, bro. Because right now, all that personal talk he's doing on his podcast right now, got to stop, bro. You need to
get. Must have forgot my name.
You need to get on the field. You need to hit the bags, and you need to get in the backfield. Because if you don't get in the backfield, the Lions gonna run all day, take the clock away, and they're gonna show the league why you are the most runnable team in the playoffs. That's in the playoff picture, and that is not a good spot and a good sign going into playoffs.
It's do or die for them. It's do or die at this moment.
This is the game where they need to show it that they can beat a top tier division leader team.
Yeah, I agree with you. They have to win this game. You gotta stay paced because the bad thing about it is that the Eagles they don't have a hard game. And we're gonna get into that right after. But I got a question for you. I'm gonna ask Tyler about this one. You have a choice. Who do you trust more, Goff or Dak?
That's a tough choice, in all honesty. But
you know the answer is say it. Hurt his feelings. Say it.
I'm probably gonna have to go with Dak. In all honesty, listen. Besides, the Cowboys' offense is great. It's a good offense. Dak's a good quarterback. Their biggest problem they have is their defense. That's their biggest issue. Their running defense. That's their biggest issue. So Dak's leading the team. He's not leading the defense.
He's right. I mean,
He said that he's leading the team.
You asked the man asked you which quarterback you going with. This is quarterback wise. Golf has been to a Super Bowl.
Thank
Dak
you.
hasn't.
He's been there. He's brought his team there. And you're gonna see and say you're gonna choose Dak over Goff? Are you crazy? I'm
Golf's
disappointed.
had a couple bad
this season.
I'm disappointed.
About
You know why?
now.
Because you have three line receivers on your fantasy team, and this is what you do.
Shut
You pick Dak over Goff because he had one bad week. Okay. Overall, Goff is the better quarterback. Just get that straight right there.
he's the better quarterback. He's definitely the guy who's done it in the clutch moments.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Dak. Overall, Dak is a better quarterback. Dak's numbers, take all the clutch shit out of this. Dak's numbers rival some of our Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
But that's
quarterbacks.
because
That's
they don't
true.
have a running game, though. You
That's
give
true.
Dak Prescott the 1-2 punch that Goff has, he will not have these numbers. Tell me I'm wrong.
He'd probably have more wins.
Enough said.
And he'd probably be further in the playoffs if
And he will
Dak
be
had
he
a
will be
real
leading
running
the
game.
division.
He's
That's
never
true.
had a running game. To be honest, I mean, if Dak would have had a running game, like Goff's had
They
runners.
never used him right. They never used
Well,
Zeke right.
Nah, Zeke
Dak,
came
but
in
that's
and
what I'm
was
saying.
good. Zeke was terrible. Remember,
No, but
Golf
let's-
had
let's-
Todd Gurley. He had Todd. Yeah,
Yeah.
that Todd Gurley season was disgusting.
Yeah, that was the
He
game
had,
of the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, he had Cam Akers, who was pretty good when he came out. Now he's got Montgomery and Gibbs over there.
That's what I'm saying.
He has good
You
pieces.
get that, right? And they weren't using Gibbs in the beginning of the season either. We said this, that he was just a bench rider. That's what he was doing. He was just there, just a block. That's what he was there for. Then they started using him, and that's when it became a 1-2 punch. So right now, you give Dak that 1-2 punch all year long. He does not have the same amount. He does not have the same numbers.
Forget a 1-2 punch. Give me a punch. Give me a one.
Yeah, give him one punch. You give him a one.
Give
You
him
give
a
him
jab.
one punch man. You give him one punch man. He does not have the numbers he has now.
Sorry, Pollard is not the right man. They should have made that
No.
Exactly.
Pollard's not the man.
when they had the chance.
But that's what I'm saying is that you can't bring up the numbers in a situation because Goff has a running game, and if he didn't have the running game, then the numbers would be the same, if not better. And that's it. I'm not gonna get into the receiver room because they're kind of the same. So I'm not gonna really get into the receiver room. I'm not gonna blame the receivers. I'm gonna blame that the Lions have a strong running game and the Cowboys do not. That's the reason why the numbers are kind of better than
Have
Goff.
a better offense
Overall.
I think they
And
got
And
a
why,
lot
though?
better pieces.
But why?
Because I don't think that Brown is on the level of Lamb. I think Lamb is better.
That's not what he wants you to say.
Why?
I said
Why
it
do
in
they have
his
it overall?
face.
Wait, but let me tell you all the. Let me list them.
Go ahead, listen. Let me hear it.
I don't think Brown is as good as Lamb. I think Lamb is better than
Agreed.
Brown.
Agreed.
After Lamb, Gallup, Cooks,
Ferguson,
match up with the rest of the wide receivers.
Ferguson.
Nah,
I think
because
tight end Laporta is better than. I'm sorry, Corey. I know you like him, but I think
No, he is.
no. I'm saying Laporta's.
I think Laporta's a dog.
disgusting.
A dog.
I'm agreeing with you. I saw some footage of him in high school, and he was mauling some.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's to the level of Njoku. I think Njoku is the top tight end in football right now.
Yeah,
and it's probably only because I don't know what happened to
big weeks. He has that big weeks.
I
like Kittle.
He ain't playing no more.
We've got a couple good tight ends now but they've been too many been hurt, like Andrews, Waller,
Hawkinson.
Kittle's back. Hawkinson was on a tear.
Destroying stuff.
Okay,
I think right
Kelsey.
now, I don't think it's much of an argument to say that Njoku's probably the best tight end playing right now. Playing right now. And so overall, and then you can't even talk about the running game. But
that's where they fail at.
Yeah, the running game is just disgusting for them. What I'm saying is after all of that stuff, so I think the offense is just better for the Lions. Where they fall short on is their defensive line and their secondary. Dallas has been playing a little shaky for the past few weeks for their defense, but if they get their defense right, that's going to
They
play
have
all
the names on their
Well,
defense.
you
Names
got to
are there.
remember, C.J. Gardner-Johnson hasn't played like the majority of this whole season. He's been on an IR, and he's a beast. He's a beast of a
I don't
safety.
count what they're not playing. I'm talking about who's playing better. And I think, honestly, what might have to happen is the same thing that happened with the 49ers when they shook their defense up. Shake up Cowboys defense. Get right. I think they win this game.
I just looked at the Lions O-line. They've got some nice pieces.
Oh, they got
real nice pieces.
But that's what opened up the holes for these running backs to go through. They got a runway.
Pieces on that O-line.
Drive cars.
Put a runway out there.
Yeah.
Put a truck through there.
But here's why. But here is why they have to win this game. Why they have to. And it's because the Eagles can clinch. Dallas loses. That's all they need. They don't even, okay. They can clinch if they win both games, but all they need is for Dallas to tie or lose, and they clinch. And they're playing the Cardinals. Don't get me wrong. This is the same Cardinal team that beat the Cowboys week 3. So do they have something in them that they can do it if they really wanted to? The Eagles.
I don't think they had Murray. They didn't have Murray when they beat the Cowboys.
They had Dobbs, baby.
Tyler, is it possible?
Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible.
Always possible, baby.
It's always possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. We had this discussion 2 weeks ago. It's all probable bullshit. Yeah, it's possible. That's why this is why.
How about that? Is it likely?
Is it likely?
No.
No. I mean, like I said, this is a do or die for the Cowboys. This is do or die, especially with this going on right now. Eagles have an easy win, and the Cowboys, they have to fix that running game. They have to fix that running defense. If they don't fix the running defense, they're going to get ran over just like Buffalo did to them. Bam. Eagles go.
Justin.
Yeah, man. I like. You remember the Eagles is coming off 3 losses. They just won last week, and they didn't win in good fashion last week. They barely won. So they need to make a statement, which means Hurts needs to come out and play. He needs to get the ball over. I hope AJ Brown goes off. I hope. Let everybody know why you the true number 1 of that team. Because right now, it looking like Devontae Smith going to take that from you. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Smith's about to take over that team. AJ Brown needs to solidify himself as the juggernaut of that team and go off so I can win my fantasy championship. All right. This is what I need. Right. So because I need that, Eagles better win. And they better win with a good fashion by 40. Show everybody why you the top team in the NFC.
I need you to win that too, because I've been eliminated, but I need to keep it in the family. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
You know, but hey, Corey, let me ask you a question on this one now.
Yeah.
Do the Eagles need to beat the Cardinals by a larger point for them to be taken with a little bit more respect?
I think the Eagles need to do that because they haven't been able to make a statement game all season long. Everything's been real close. They've been struggling, turnovers. What they really need to do is they need to make a statement this game, and then the next game against the Giants, they need to make another statement piece going into the playoffs. Give those guys a little morality boost. But they need to do it so they could strike a little bit of fear into the other teams in the NFC, letting them know, hey, we figured it out. We're back to being the Eagles of last year now. That would be the key for me as a coach. If I was a coach of this team, that's what I would want. I'd want to put up points, strike fear into the hearts of the rest of the teams in the NFC, and let them know that we're back.
I agree with you, and I'll tell you why I agree with you. They need, like they won all these games, but every game that they won was by 7 points, 5 points, 4 points. They haven't done anything of any significance. This is a team that doesn't belong in your arena. This team is beneath you. And I know we believe in the parity of the NFL and on the statement which says anybody can beat anybody on any given Sunday. But you know what? That can't apply. Not tomorrow. That can't apply. The Eagles need to come out and beat them by 21. Right now, I think they're favored by 11. I need more than that.
I need 100.
Have they beat anybody by 11 this season? I'm assuming they have. But I'm just saying. I just want to know.
It probably wasn't the beginning. It's probably the beginning of the season.
No.
You know what it is? It's also that fear factor. While you look that up, I'm gonna say something real quick. That little fear factor they need.
31-17.
Okay.
You need to create that fear factor going into the playoffs, man.
Bucks.
Yeah.
The Bucks.
11.
25-11. Beat the Ram. No, it's not 11. Let's see.
Yeah. Dolphins. Yeah.
It's kind of
two G's.
They lost to the 49ers by more than 11.
Yeah.
No, but see that, no, they don't. But they need that. They need that in this one. They need to beat them bad because I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. You just beat the Giants last week. You beat the Giants 33-25, right? That was in Philly. Well, next week, you got to go to MetLife Stadium.
You got to go back.
A rivalry that just played you last week. Why the schedulers set it up that way, I have no idea. But they just played you. And Tyrod Taylor is the quarterback, which honestly should be the starting quarterback for next year, if anybody asks me. And Tyrod's going to play a different type of game. Now, if you come into this game and you just squeak by Arizona, there's no fear. And Tyrod's not playing for anything anyway. He's just playing for if anything, Tyrod Taylor is just playing for his starting position for next season. I honestly see them losing next week, which is why I still have the Cowboys winning this division because of them losing next week. That's all counts on because all they have to do is win out, and the Cowboys can't do a damn thing about it. But I don't see them beating the Giants next week, unless, of course, they come out this week and beat the dog shit out of the Cardinals. Then maybe my opinion will change for next week. That's what
you need to establish that fear factor, man, going to the playoffs. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and if they
don't establish that fear, they ain't gonna work. Nobody's scared of you no more because they know you could lose. You could be beat, so they're not worried about you. Coming into this year, everybody was terrified of the Eagles.
Facts.
Guess what? Now, week 16 or week 17, we're now. I'm not scared of the Eagles at all. I'm not worried. I think the Seahawks beat y'all. My team beat y'all, so I'm not even worried about y'all. Yeah, I ain't worried about y'all. The Jets beat y'all. I'm not worried about y'all. I promise you, I'm not. So this is where I want people to know that they need to establish this fear factor going to the playoffs. Because if you don't, no team is going to go into your stadium if you clinch. Nobody's going to go into your stadium scared. The only thing that's going to get annoying is them fans. It's the only thing that's going to get annoying. Other than that, I ain't scared of the Eagles. So
facts. Facts.
Establish that fear factor, man.
I got a sleeper for y'all. Okay. I got a sleeper for y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can get this right. Find this. And that's going to be the Raiders. Raiders are playing the Colts tomorrow. And my thing is, of all the teams, the Colts and the Bills are the only two teams that are catchable in the AFC wildcard race. And one of the teams in the hunt are the Raiders. I personally think they have a really good chance of taking that spot away from the Colts by season's end. That's what I said earlier, that I don't think that Minshew was going to be there. And it's because the Raiders are going to take that spot. The Raiders' run defense has held 4 of the last 7 teams to under 100 yards a game. The Colts have failed to reach 100 yards in 3 of their last 4 games. Although they have running backs on that team, they don't use them. So what's the point of having them? And right now, the Raiders been playing so hot because of Antonio Pierce, and he's playing to have the job that he should have already had. Bro, Raiders are going to win this game. and they're gonna sneak into the playoffs. Your takes, gentlemen.
I like that.
I like it. I can't even get mad at it. I can't get mad at it. I like it.
it.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, I
I agree with you.
A little something about football.
I agree with you. The reason why I agree with you is because, like I said, Alex Pierce, he's a player's coach. He's giving these guys motivation. And like I said, there's hope to be a playoff team. They just beat the Chiefs. They coming off a Chiefs win. Now, they came down where they shut Mahomes down, and Mahomes probably had the worst game in his career against this Raiders defense. Max Crosby is playing to a whole nother level, and he is definitely in the conversation as defensive player of the year. But
yes, he is.
He's definitely in the conversation. So he's the captain of that team. He's been leading that defense to the promised land, and I don't see why he stops now. Not against Minshew Mania. I've been riding with Minshew Mania all year, but Minshew Mania going down. I'm not gonna lie. He going down. He going down this week.
I mean, you've seen a rejuvenated Raiders. They're getting pick sixes. They're getting sacks. They're moving the ball on offense. They're scoring points.
You got fans in the stadium. You got fans in the stands.
The game against the Chargers, why can't Philly have a game like that? Philadelphia hasn't had a game like when the Raiders beat up the Chargers. They're playing with so much intensity. They're making a push. This is why I have to agree with you. They're playing with intensity. They're trying to make a statement like, yo, we can do this. We could get there. We got what we got. We know who we are, and we have the people who we have. And it don't matter. We have a nobody at quarterback. It don't matter. We can still make it happen. And I love it. I love these underdog stories.
Tyler, are you going to be the lone wolf and tell me that the Colts have a shot?
No, I'm going to sit here and agree with all you guys. I think the Raiders have really been putting it all together just recently. Like just after their loss with the Vikings, which was just embarrassing for everybody. They really are pushing it, showing it that they're doing the best they can to slip in. They're going to try to upset as much as they possibly can because they got the Colts and then they got the Broncos.
And I think those games, especially now that we already know that Russell Wilson will not be playing next week as he's already been benched. So to me, I count the next two games for the Broncos as losses. Straight up. Okay. And with the Colts losing, that means the Raiders got 2 wins. When I did my math, I see them slipping into the wild card. You know, that's just where I personally see this so far.
I think how it's playing out, that's what's going to happen. Everything's lining up for the Raiders to get that wild card.
I think Corey is realizing that someone's going to be talking shit to him.
No.
He put his head in his hand like, oh my God, the Raiders are going to be in it.
No, I just looked at the Broncos. Like it's just a whole. My mind just works crazy. But what if they want to lose these next 2 games? Take that pick and try and trade with Chicago so they can get Caleb, because Caleb just came out and said like he put out a letter saying like why the Bears shouldn't draft him.
The Bears shouldn't draft him. The Bears should stick
That's
out
what he said.
the that they currently have.
Yeah, but what if they're gonna? What if
discussion that we've already had?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying Caleb just put out this letter like, hey, why the Bears shouldn't draft me? So what if the Broncos aren't trying to trade out and then maybe get rid of Russell Wilson along with a whole bunch of picks to get that number 1 pick from Chicago so they can get Caleb Woods. I don't know. I'm just thinking some crazy stuff.
Bring him in. Look how many picks they actually traded to get him. Did they trade him away and a bunch of picks on top of it? Like you're seriously mortgaging your future as a fan. The Broncos fans would probably storm the Capitol there if that was the situation, you know? So I don't know if that's going to fly, but if you can orchestrate a trade to get rid, well, let's face it, they're going to orchestrate a trade regardless to get him out of there because he's done with the Broncos. He's not playing next season. But someone's going to have to pick that up. And honestly, you know who I think who would be a good fit? The Giants. Just putting it out there. The Giants would be a really good fit for Russell. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I have a question that was supposed to be for Mo. Mo's not around. Okay. So I can't hit Mo with this. But can the Jags hold the division? We already
I got this for Mo.
Yep. We already talked about we already talked about the fact that Lawrence is not going to play. He's going to actually take his first day off in his career. Okay? Because of that AC joint is aggravated and he'll need a week. I think it's the perfect time for him to take a break as they are playing the worst team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers. But Carolina does have 2 wins. And you need that to desperately hold on to your playoff spot. And just let me remind everybody, let me remind Tyler, because I'm gonna start with you, Tyler. Although the Jaguars have the number 4 spot and they do have the top spot in their division, and let me go to your division, the Colts are right there with you. Houston is right there
with them.
Which means if the Jags do lose, they're in trouble.
If the Jags lose this week and the Colts and Texans win, the Colts and Texans are in and Jags are out. Yeah.
Yeah. So now here's the situation. Everything is in the Jags' court because they do hold the tiebreakers over everybody. They just got to win their games, man. They just got to end up with a better record. But a tie falls back to the Jags. All right. But they still got a tie or they have to win out. So let me go to Tyler now. Can the Jags hold their division without Trevor Lawrence? Come on.
I think so. I think that the Panthers they're just an abysmal team. I think this is the one game you do want to sit out just so you can get ready. I mean, they're going to go against the Titans after the Panthers, and the Titans aren't.
Game.
Yeah, and it's not that great not a great team as well. So the Jags do have 2 easy games to end their regular season. I think this is the perfect opportunity to sit him down at least for the Panthers game. Give him that week of rest. The Panthers aren't going to beat them. If the Panthers beat them, then the Jags don't deserve to go to don't deserve that position. Now with the Colts and the Texans, with the Colts, we just talked about who was going up against the Colts.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. And this is where the Raiders are going to play fucking spoil. And the Raiders are probably going to beat them because right now the Raiders are finally putting it together. And so with this going on, I think the Jags can hold the division because of the tiebreakers. I believe it's because of the tiebreakers. That's what will hold their division.
I want to say this break is being brought to you by Darius Johnson. Thank you, Darius, for the Christmas gift.
Thank you, Darius Coco Johnson.
We're gonna get banned.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna say, but yeah, I do agree with you. You're playing the Panthers, and here's the thing. At the end of the day, this team is built for it. This is the perfect game. It's a perfect game for Lawrence to miss. The Panthers have been sacked second most in the NFL.
Damn.
3 times this season. All right. This is the game that Josh Allen, and I'm talking about the defensive Josh Allen for Jacksonville. He needs 1 sack to break the single season record, or rather to tie the single season record for the Jags. He's going to be gone. He's going to try everything he has.
He's going to tear that ass up.
Yeah, he's going to try everything he has to get.
I hope he does.
Okay. So Bryce, please be on the lookout. There's a guy on the other side. He's a real big, tall guy named Josh.
And he's going to be up in that ass. All up in there.
Oh, my God. He's huge.
Okay.
But I just want to let everybody know that the Jags better not come in thinking you're going to coast through this game. Because when you come in with that mindset, you will get blown out. You will lose. You will play. The Panthers are play spoilers. That's what they're doing right now. They're gonna come in to win. They got nothing to lose. They're gonna come in to win. They don't got their first round pick this year. So it don't matter. It don't matter.
Offensively, not for nothing.
They're decent.
You gotta run
They're
the
decent.
ball. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
What they're gonna do?
Let me say it right to the camera. You've got a good running back. Even without Trevor Lawrence, you should still win this game. Run your running back.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen is
they need-
6'5", 255, man.
He's a
That's
beast.
a big.
Yeah, they
dude.
need to come in and play hard without T-Law. You need to solidify this victory. You need that defense to come in and get 20 sacks because I got them on my fantasy team. And I need to win my fantasy championship. I need 3 picks because I'm trying to win my fantasy championship. And yeah, I just need the Jaguars to come in and tear apart the Panthers. Show them who the king of the jungle.
The defense.
I need the defense.
Yeah.
Show them who the king of the jungle. That's it.
King of the jungle.
I'm
Jackson, man. Aren't they the same, a Jaguar and a Panther?
Don't matter. I'm the alpha lion.
That's the same.
I'm the alpha cat.
Yeah, well, why don't you go back to Mexico and see if they tell you about the Jaguar coming against you?
I don't think that's the same, Corey. I don't think a Jaguar and a Panther are the same. They're both cats, though.
Yeah.
Cats.
All right.
That's
So
crazy.
next question. Going back to CJ Stroud that we were talking about earlier. Here's Big Gun, No Bullets. That's what I titled it.
It's a great title.
Okay, because here's the thing. I'm glad that CJ Stroud is coming back. I missed him. Offensive Rookie of the Year by I don't want to hear anything about anybody else. I don't want to hear it. Okay. But who the hell is he going to throw to? Corey, who the hell does he throw to?
He's got who's the other guy on that team?
Exactly.
No, I forget his name. He's actually stepped into the role. And doesn't he still have Robert Woods back there somewhere? He still got Robert Woods
I think.
Back there.
Listen, why y'all figure out who the
wide
names,
receivers are wide receivers?
I think exactly. Wide receivers are receivers.
You think of Collins?
No, not Collins. The Brown, I think.
Yeah, Brown's been stepping up.
Yeah, Brown. That's the one that's been stepping up. So he's still got wide receivers, and I mean, any wide receiver could step up at any moment. And given an opportunity, I think they'll make a play. I mean, we've seen it with the Lions. Besides Brown, you've seen all these other young wide receivers that they have, and they'll step up in the moment. Remember, Brown was out for like 3 or 4 weeks, and they were still winning games with those receivers. So, and Singletary's been playing great. So if you can mix that pass and run in, he's going to get them.
And you cooking up right now. I'm going to let you keep cooking. Keep cooking. You cooking up right now.
No, you can go ahead. Nah, I'm done. I'm done.
Nah, keep cooking. You cooking right now. Keep going.
What is that? I mean, they're going to catch. That's what they're paid to do. And these guys, they want to. Everybody wants that moment in the NFL. Everybody wants to be the star. So if your wide receivers, your star guys are out, let the other guys step up and make a play. Give them the opportunity.
Next man up. Exactly.
I hope you're right, because what you're telling me is that even without Tank Dell, CJ can still put up some solid numbers.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he still has Nico Collins.
I'd like to see him do it. I really like CJ Stroud.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Was at the beginning of the season, and you know what? I'm a believer.
Better believe. Now let me ask you a question real quick. Who in the beginning of the season, before the season started, and they told you we have this new quarterback in the Houston Texans. Did y'all know any of the names of the receivers that they had over there?
No.
He made their
Robert
names.
Woods.
But Robert Woods is 100 years old. He made their names. He made everybody's names. He made Nico Collins, who he was, number 1 receiver. Made Tank Dell, a rookie receiver, come in. Nobody knew who your name was. He was a late draft pick. Nobody knew who you was. Guess what? He made yourself. He gave you a name. Dalton Schultz is the only name on that roster that actually has a good name that is known throughout the league because Dak Prescott gave him a name last year. Okay, so you came in with receivers that nobody knew who they were. What changes now? Make these receivers have a name the same way you gave your top 3 names. Quarterback makes the receivers, not the receivers make the receivers. Receivers don't make the quarterback. Quarterback make the receivers. Could be a great receiver, but if your quarterback ain't throwing you the ball, you're an unknown person. Simple as that.
I find it funny that everybody's talking about everybody stepping up to be a good receiver, but nobody's talking about their running game. And Corey started to mention, but he went straight to the backup. Is this a game that I need to see Pierce go buck?
Hell no.
Keep it the same.
They got Damian Pierce taking back kickoff returns.
Wow, I just found it amazing to me that the starting running back
is doing kick returns now.
That he needs to step up. We're just saying, nah, just keep him doing whatever he's doing because he's no help.
The formula's working.
I mean, then he shouldn't be the starting running back then, correct?
Look, man, the thing is, they weren't able to move the ball before. Singletary's moving the ball for him. Keep the formula running. I don't know, because
I think he's the same. I think he's still the starter because he's younger. Honestly, I think because he's younger, but he's taking back kick returns. You know how much people get hit on kick returns? That's your starter running back. But he's bringing back kick return. I know he's fast, but damn, you put him out there, yeah, go get hit. Go take that hit. He's not taking back touch passes. He had a kickoff return last week. He kicked the kickoff return last week. I know he did a good job, but how often have you seen a starting running back take back kick returns when he's about to get hit for a whole offensive drive?
True.
Let's be real. They're moving on from Damian Pierce, man. Sooner or later, Devin Singletary will take over that starting role. He's only proved that he's been better since he's been in.
That's true. He fits their scheme.
All right. Let me hit you with this one. This one should be an easy layup for all of y'all. I'll start with you, Tyler. 49ers playing the Washington Commanders tomorrow. Rebound game, Tyler?
Oh, fuck yeah, rebound game. The 49ers are going to fucking demolish them after their loss against Baltimore, which I'm glad the Baltimore won. I'm glad. But the end of it, that was your two, which I still believe those are going to be. That's the Super Bowl team. Sorry, Justin. Browns will come in Mr. Third Place. But when it comes to it, the Commanders are nobodies.
Just bench your starting quarterback. Just bench your leader in passing yards throughout the year that we've been raving about. Just bench them.
Yeah. Give them a little break. Have your seconds, have your thirds come in. Just run fucking game, because they know they will.
But can they? Because here's the thing: they haven't locked up number one.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm
sure, but I don't think you can pull anybody until you've got this game well on the hand.
They won't pull anybody. I'm just sitting here shooting shit. They won't pull anyone. McCaffrey's going to run them over. Purdy's going to fucking throw over their heads. They're going to embarrass them because they want that. They want to keep the number one spot, and they're going to do what they can to keep the number one spot. They just know that it's against this. It's the Commanders. This is nobody. I was just saying that as a bullshit. Bring your second and thirds in because it's the Commanders. Who gives a flying fuck? Why even watch this game? Sorry. The stadium's going to be empty.
You watch it to see the dominance.
You asked me in the beginning of this segment. Is this a layup? This is a spin move, Euro step, behind the back from half court layup. This is what it is right here. This is a trick shot. This is a Harlem Globetrotter layup. This is what it is right now. They going through the hoop. They going bouncing on fucking trampolines. They doing all that. They going to pull all the bells and whistles out just so they can make an example out of Commanders. Because God singing Purdy threw 4 picks last week, man. I ain't liking none of that. They embarrassed Purdy. So Purdy go come in and Purdy gonna run for 100 yards.
Purdy's gonna run for 100 yards. Look, man.
Purdy is fighting for that MVP at this point.
I couldn't even keep a straight face while saying that. But he gonna come in and make an example out of the Commanders. Man, I feel bad. I sat Brian Robinson in my fantasy this week. I'm not starting him. Nobody convinced me to start him, even though he's coming back. Because Nick Bosa and Chase Young violate this boy, brother. So yeah, it's not worth it. I'm not about to give myself a headache watching that game.
Man, it's
49ers are going for the most points.
Blood.
Record.
They smell blood. They
smell
blood in the water and there's sharks in the water. They're coming.
I can't call this a rebound because they went against the number one team in the NFL right now. That's who they just played. They played the number one in the AFC against the number one in the NFC, which we rarely ever get to see at any given time. And it was just a bad game for the 49ers. it was one of those games. If you ever watch the replacements, it's called quicksand. In the NFL terms, the quicksand is like when you do one bad thing and then another and another and another, and you're up to your neck. It's like quicksand. I felt that's what that game was for them. So this game, they're just going to come back and they're going to demolish Washington. Just like the Eagles should demolish Arizona, the 49ers are going to demolish Washington to put fear back into everybody, to let them know, hey, we lost to the best team.
Right there. First, I agree with you. Here's the thing, okay? I like what you just said. I agree with you 100% because everybody watching is going to, like, we expect the 49ers to just beat the Commanders down. Even though they don't even need to, they're going to beat them down. You expect it. The 49ers are going to want it. Their coach wants it. CMC wants it. Purdy wants it. They know they didn't look good last week. They know they lost. Yeah, I got you. They lost to the Ravens. That don't matter. They still took that L. So they're going to come in and punish the Commanders because of that L. The same way the Eagles have an opportunity to see this lesser team come into their stadium, they should be doing the same thing. Watch the difference. Watch the difference how the Eagles at home against the Cardinals don't look as dominant as the 49ers away. Watch.
See, right now, Purdy, because of that loss, do the Vegas odds with MVP, dropped Purdy all the way down to 5th. He was 1st. And that loss to the Baltimore because he looked so bad. So this is going to be the game where he's going to sit there and just fucking wreck the Commanders, just put him back up as the MVP.
You know what, Justin? You're right. He running for 100 yards with a touchdown this game.
I told you.
I think you have to factor in who he's playing. So even if he throws for 504 TDs with no interceptions and he runs for 50, let's just say, right? These are all crazy numbers that for him. Even if he did that, the first thing they'll say is it's against the Commanders.
Yeah,
that's the first thing they're gonna say.
That's what. Just start padding the stats. Just start padding the stats. Fuck it.
Chase Young is gonna get to sack Sam Howell. That's I completely forgot. He just got traded from there.
Sam Howell's not playing.
He got benched. Go figure.
Brissett, Jacoby backup Brissett. That's what he is. Jacoby backup. I'm a starter, but I'm a backup Brissett.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come in and make your starter look bad. You're gonna start me and you're gonna bench me again. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, and CMC is going to be looking to make something. Just so you know, 2 more TDs and he breaks the single season record for touchdowns by San Francisco 49ers.
Take the over on Prize Picks. Take the over.
Okay,
which McCaffrey is now 2nd in Vegas odds. He's 2nd for him.
He still has a really good.
He won't win it.
Just so everybody understands, this record that he's about to break is skewed. Because this is week 17. This is the 16th game of the season for them. And if he does break the record or tie the record with 2 TDs today, or rather tomorrow, that would be all great. But Rice did it in 12. That's how dominant Jerry Rice was. Just for your young bucks who don't realize that. The single season record that is held. That was 12 games that Jerry Rice did that in.
Thank you, old man Anthony.
My fault, cousin.
Gray has purpose.
Jerry Rice was a bad boy, man.
Jerry Rice was a bad boy.
There's nothing.
Okay, I better put some respect on his name. But from since you want to talk about MVPs, let's talk about a couple games where we get to see 2 of the top guys from MVPs.
Oh, Lord.
And it's going to be a battle for home field throughout the AFC playoffs. The Dolphins are playing the Ravens tomorrow, which
I like that game.
My eyes is the game of the week. Okay.
I like that.
We need to stop having game of the week, okay?
Huh?
Baltimore needs to stop having game of the week, okay? Last week.
Unfortunately, Baltimore had to pick their harder games at the end of the season. I don't know what to tell you, brother. But it worked out well for them last week. So Okay, last week they had the
Pray
game
for
of the
the
week and
best.
they played San Fran. They beat them. So this time they're at home. They're playing the Dolphins, who don't play nearly as well away, just like the Cowboys, right? But with that sheer dominant game that the Dolphins played last week, I had to say that this one's going to be a tough one. Okay, that's just the way I look at the game. In fact, I'm saying this might be the sleeper upset. I think Baltimore wins this game. I said it. I'm sorry. Baltimore's still my pick for the Super Bowl, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear.
It just brings
His
drama.
birthday.
It brings
I think
drama
Baltimore
because
drops this game because they're riding the wave from last week. I think they're still on that high. I don't think Baltimore thought they were going to win that game. And when they won
without Waddle though,
without Waddle, yes, without Waddle, that's even if I'm going lone wolf, I'm prepared for that.
he might be going a little bit out.
I
You're going
understand,
lone wolf on that one.
and I totally understand why. But I'm just saying, without Waddle, I think this is going to be a run-heavy game. I think it's going to be the Mostert and A-Chain show. I think that Tua is going to pick and choose his spots.
I agree with you on that part.
And I think Tyreek is actually going to put up some solid numbers. For the record, because he did not do what he needed to do last week, which was 154 over the next 3 weeks in order to get there. He needs 180 something for this game and next week for him to break that 2,000 mark.
I don't think that's slightly young.
Super unlikely. But is 120 out of the 120, 130? He could do it. He's done it plenty of times.
I mean, Amari Cooper did it at halftime.
Now you are playing Baltimore. It's a totally different team.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just talking shit, right?
Okay, but I think it's a possibility that he could do something.
All right, let's go into game breakdown real quick. You ready?
Chip it.
Boom.
Yeah.
So look, here we got.
We'll come to you story since that's your team.
Right. You got no Waddle this game, which means Tyreek Hill is going to be. I agree with you with the run game. The run needs to be established early. I think if Baltimore wants to win this game, they need to stop the run real nice and early. You need that front seven to really make an impact in that backfield. Tyreek Hill is going to be used as a decoy throughout this entire game. He's going to motion. He's going to do all that bullshit he do in the backfield. He's going to try to get the defenders away from the actual where the play is going, right? He's going to be double covered. He's going to be double covered all game long. No Waddle means no problem. That's what it is. No Waddle, no problem. We're going to double coverage Hill all game. Who's the other receiver? Chase Claypool. Who? You know what I'm saying? Who have you been all year? I know you're.
Shouldn't be a who. He shouldn't be.
Exactly, but he hasn't been nobody all year. He's like 6'5". It's hard to miss him. Don't worry about him. You know what I'm saying? He's fast as shit though, so don't sleep on him. But they're gonna double coverage Tyreek Hill all game. The front seven need to impact if they want to stop the Dolphins. But I agree with you. If the front seven doesn't do their job, Mostert and H-Chain gonna have a day. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a day. Now the Ravens, I already said it, touched on it. You need double coverage Tyreek Hill. The front seven need to make their moves, and the offense just needs to move the ball. That's all they need to do. Run the ball, move the ball. You be fine. But that's how I see this game going. If the Dolphins want to play upset, they need to run the ball and they need to establish a run nice and early. And Tyreek Hill, like you said, too, when he's to pick his spots with Tyreek Hill, and Claypool's gonna have to make an impact, bro. Hill's not gonna be able to do it by himself. So Claypool's gonna have to get open.
Tyler, I touched on this last week. I think between these two teams, there's something else that we're witnessing. Coach of the year, in my personal opinion, comes from one of these two teams. I'm just saying. Whether it's going to be McDaniel, who honestly is in my opinion the front runner only for what he's turned the Dolphins into. But it could just as easily be who, Corey?
Harbaugh,
Your
Shanahan,
Jim Harbaugh. That's who the coach of the year is.
Because of what he's done. So
John Harbaugh, not Jim. Jim's
Oh,
in
my fault.
Jim's in
My fault,
Michigan.
gang.
yeah, he's in Michigan, buddy. That's okay. That's his brother.
Mhm.
But Do you think McDaniel can figure out a way to beat Baltimore in this game? He is a sneaky little guy.
Uh,
Hold on, this is the time. I'll come right to you, Corey. Right after.
no, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
I think it's going to take. I think he should have been studying this all week. He should have been working overtime. He should have been just been
this all year.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to this Ravens game, because the Ravens, they shut down the 49ers with one of the best running backs in this whole league.
Mm-hmm.
They shut him down. They showed they could shut down running games like it's no one's fucking business. And right now, with Waddle out, Hill's your only real good running back at this point. What Justin said, Baltimore if Baltimore is just going to be too high from the 49ers game and come to this too easy, then yeah, the Dolphins stand a really good chance to beat them. But I don't believe their coach is going to want that to happen, especially since they're going against the Dolphins. Like if this was any other, like if this was a garbage team, then yeah, they would just go, let's just fuck around, let's try new shit, just because we can. They're going against the Dolphins. After the Dolphins beat the Cowboys, I think the Ravens. I think unless they can find a way to break that running defense for Hill, or you can get that ball thrown to them, he's going to have to be studying the Ravens. He's got to study that defense, like I said, all week. He should be studying that defense. He should have been locked in his fucking room, in his fucking office, constantly looking over VODs, constantly looking over the defense, trying to figure out plans, especially with the fact that Waddle's out. He has to make up for that. I still think it's going to lean towards the Ravens. I still think their coach is going to be coach of the year. But if the Dolphins do win, I think that will solidify the Dolphins coach for the year.
Okay. Now, Corey, I know you have a lot to unpack.
Not really. It's just.
Did I say it all, Corey?
No.
Did I say it for you?
You said one thing wrong.
Fair enough.
Last week when we played the 49ers, CMC did have 100 yards before around the halftime. So before the game got out of hand. So we really didn't shut them down. We kind of put them into a passing situation where they had to pass to catch up.
Okay.
With that said, we are able to shut teams down at certain times. I feel this is where Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith come into play. Patrick Queen we haven't picked up his contract. Is the extension. So he is playing his heart out this season. He's playing phenomenal football. Roquan is a beast. The best thing about the Ravens defense is that they can tackle. They don't really hit somebody and they bounce off and then they break. When we hit somebody, we tackle that person.
They bring
so we
them to the ground.
Don't give up a lot of extra yards after the run or yards after the catch or yards after contact. That's our special little niche. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. We're going to need Kyle Hamilton. I know he's hurt. He has this knee injury that he's had all year. But if we don't have him, it's going to be hard to win. We can bottle up the run, like I said. We got to get pressure on Tua because he makes a lot of mistakes when he gets pressured. And that's it. That's really the key to it, is keep the running game, keep the running game, keep it tight. Don't let them break anything big. Put pressure on Tua, and Lamar just moved the ball on offense. Let's put him into a passing scenario, just like we did with the 49ers. And it's victory. Yeah, that's how I see it happen. I see us winning still. It's going to be a good game. I see maybe Miami might get 14.
It won't be a blowout. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll still be a close game.
I think you're right. Right now, the Ravens are favored only by 3. So that means that the odds makers are giving some love and respect to the Dolphins, being the fact
they should.
Baltimore, and by rights, Baltimore should be favored, which they are, but they're only favored by 3.
Oh yeah, don't let their kicker kick 5 field goals.
Yeah, don't do a cowboy move. Don't do that. But again, I wrote possible upset because I honestly believe in the Dolphins to win this game. I don't know if it's the Mike McDaniel aspect on it or if it's the Tyreek Hill aspect, but I know I'm prepared to go lone wolf. It is what it is. So let me play my sound. Let me earn it. All right. Enough with that. But I know I am actually picking the Dolphins for the first time this year. I haven't picked the Dolphins in anything. all year long. Call Fred, let him know that I picked the Dolphins. And
Clip it, send it to him.
Oh, we got somebody in the chat. Big Brother 3.
yeah, they got
It's
in the
Adam.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
they have
Adam.
the bag, maybe they don't, but I'm still gonna go with them as my pick for this week, and I'm going lone wolf with it. So from that, I got it. Here's the deal with this one, guys. Past 4 games, the past 4 times over the past 2 years that Cincinnati has played the Chiefs, these games have been decided by 3 points. Now we got a situation where KC has looked more vulnerable than ever. Cincinnati does not have their top quarterback. Browning looked like they figured him out last week. Question is, do we get the real Browning or did we see the real Browning? I don't know. This game will tell us.
It's a good way to put it.
They are playing in KC. So the question I have for you now, do we have another close game as usual, or is this one going to be the KC's going to beat them up? I want to know. I'll start saying, as I made Corey wait for last, I'll start with Corey this time. Corey.
This is going to be, this could potentially be game of the week right here. Both teams are going to want to play hard and win because you got the Bengals fighting for a playoff spot. KC still fighting to prove something to everybody because, as we said earlier, you need momentum. When we were talking about Philly, how they need a win, KC needs to put on some kind of show. They got to show that they can still be Kansas City Chiefs of last year or earlier this season. Yeah, that's true. The Chiefs do look like humans again. They look beatable. And we've seen it all year. And I said it, I remember talking about it earlier this year that Mahomes, that Kansas City wasn't looking good. They weren't looking like the Chiefs of last year where they were putting up points. And now we're seeing the cracks. We're seeing it break up. They're in some trouble. Kansas City is in some trouble. And the way the Bengals have played the last few games, they're hungry.
What about you, Justin?
I think it's going to be a close game only because the Chiefs do look vulnerable, the most vulnerable they looked all since the dynasty started. The defense is still there. The defense was going to keep them in this game. I don't think it'll be the offense. As good as Mahomes is, the receivers are not there. Jake Browning, I believe he's going to come out and be the Jake Browning that I believe he's going to be. You know, I've been shitting on him all year long. I believe that he's going to come out here and really show why he deserves a contract next year. You have Jamar Chase coming back, even though he's very limited with that shoulder injury. T. Higgins is
ruled out.
He be back. He'll be back this game. He's very questionable. He's still questionable to play, but it looks like he's gonna play, even though he's still hurt. He's still hurt with that shoulder. He's gonna play, but he's gonna play decoy to T. Higgins. And this game is going to be very close because, like I said, the defense was going to keep the Chiefs in this game. But if it wasn't for the defense, the Bengals would run away with this. So I think I look at KC coming out with the victory though, just because that defense has just been top tiers. What kept them in the lead of that division.
I just messed around with the playoff generator real quick. That's why I threw my hands up. If the Raiders win out and Kansas City loses their next 2 games,
they lose the
Raiders are in and Kansas City's out. That would be something.
Yeah. Although I don't see it possible. I'm just saying.
No, I don't.
It's something that Mo would tell you, that's crazy. But I mean, technically it could happen. Tyler, I got a question for you here. Okay. Jamar Chase may or may not play. We're not sure. But he is certainly giving a lot of locker room hype talk to KC, talking a lot of shit, okay, and hasn't stopped. Even if he might not play, he hasn't backed down, talking about how this is not that hard of a game. They don't have any secondary, can't nobody stop him, and he may not even play the game. Is he putting a target on T. Higgins' back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Easy.
That was like an easy one, right?
Yeah, because if he's playing, putting the target on his own back. But if he's not playing, he's putting a target on his whole team. He's putting it on Higgins. He's putting it on them because that's that one thing. You got that antagonizer. You're going off. And if I remember correctly, the Chiefs have lost 3 of their last 5 games.
Yeah.
And like, well, Corey, you were just saying that they have the potential of losing their number 1 spot, correct?
Their division if they lose their next 2 games. But their last game's against the Chargers, so
which is fine.
Highly
That's the thing. Do what you can to clinch it, and then you have this guy talking nothing but shit this entire time. Body him.
Man, I'm talking shit too. Mr. 7-Eleven is talking shit. They go into Burrowhead. They go into Burrowhead. They're gonna go in there and make an example out of them in Burrowhead without Burrow. So yeah, I'm talking shit too. If I'm chasing head, they go into Burrowhead. They go into Burrowhead. I ain't worried about it. And Burrow not even playing, so they're going to Brownie Head. That's what they're going. They're going to Brownie Head.
Oh boy! All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to say it's irresponsible for him to be talking, especially if he has if we're not even sure you're going to play. You know, if you're not even sure you're going to play, you probably should shut up.
I ain't going to start him in fantasy, but he going to play.
Is anybody saying that KC's going to win? I think I already saw all 3 of you. Who wins the game? Let's call it.
KC gonna win. Defense gonna carry.
Yeah.
Unified.
They're gonna John Cena carry the offense.
Damn.
John Cena big show edge.
You know, but honestly, I see KC winning it, and I don't think it's gonna be because of Burrow. Even though Pacheco might play the game, I think it's gonna be straight up.
I hope he don't
because of their defense. That defense is a better defense. And ultimately, I don't think that Browning's going to be able to put up any real points against them. Yeah, that's where I stand. And Jamar should probably shut up. You know?
Keep talking, bro.
That defense is going to just fucking body the Bengals and just give me those fantasy points I desperately need.
No,
this one's for you, Tyler. This one's for you. Fighting for
I like this
7th spot.
Fucking A.
Packers are playing the Vikings. Vikings are not starting. They're well, shit. I don't even know who's
the
third string.
We don't even know if he's third, second, first.
Hall is okay. Like it's Hall
the 4th quarterback this year.
4th because they've gone through 4 quarterbacks this season, or 5 quarterbacks when you count Cousins. So ultimately, they decided to bench Mullins. Like I said, he threw 6 interceptions in 2 games. They lost both games. I can't blame them for sitting him. But you throw Hall again at him. And you're playing the Packers, who the second half of the season has looked way better than the first half.
Thank God.
Yeah, Love is coming on. And the Packers are right outside of the playoff hunt. I mean, the conference there. Packers are right there.
How you say the coach's name in the Packers? Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
LaFleur. They say he's undefeated in December.
That's a stat I never looked up, and that's going to make me look it up.
He's undefeated in December, I believe. If I'm right, I may be right. I may be wrong, but I believe he's undefeated in December since he's been head coach.
I think he's been there for like 3 years.
Yeah. The reason why I say that they are fighting for the 7th spot is because I honestly believe that LA will fall out of the playoffs.
You better say LA
next week. Okay. No, I think Seattle staying in it.
Yeah. Are they? So, what are you asking me specifically? If the Packers are going to beat the Vikings and moved up to the 7th spot, or
yes, specifically wins this game?
It's I'm gonna go with my boys always. Go Pack, go.
Stand by.
I was real nervous for that Panthers game. That was way too close than it needed to be.
Bryce Young went for over 300, man.
Yeah.
The kid was good.
Packers have always had the Vikings number. They beat them earlier in this season. Then they have the Bears. Packers have always had the numbers to the Bears as well.
Yeah.
So I think how the Packers have been looking recently, I think they'll help secure that spot as long as the Rams keep falling down.
and I think the Rams will fall, and that's part of my prediction. We'll get to that
Yes.
in a minute, though. So now, based off of that, let me ask you a question: would you consider it an insult that the Vegas odds makers, even without a real well, I don't want to say Hall's not a real quarterback. He could turn out to be an outstanding quarterback. Well, without a real established quarterback, I think that's a fair way of saying it.
That's a better way to say it.
Why why do they have the Vikings favored by 1? Only 1 point, but
It's disrespectful. I think Vegas odds are throwing it in there because it's a wild card. You're throwing in Hall, who it's a court. Has he played this season at all?
I think he played one game.
He played one game and got hurt in the first drive. That's what made Dobbs come in. Remember, that's the game that Dobbs had just traded.
He was supposed to play.
Oh, like he just got traded there.
He had just got traded, so that was the whole thing.
That was the one who got that text, and he's like, "Hey, you're starting, right?" or something like that.
Yeah, no. He literally got traded. He
a single play, and they said, "Well, we got no choice. You got to go in there."
Yeah, you got to go in now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I think
he was supposed to play this year.
I mean, of course, it's disrespectful to the fact, but I think what the Vegas odds are doing is because of the fact you have a wild card thrown in here, so they want to make it interesting. There you go. We don't know how this could turn out. I mean, it's by 1, so I think it should. If it was Packers by 1, I don't think it'd make that much of a difference. But that Vegas odds, because you have this wild card, you have someone he got hurt, never shown what he could do. Now I don't know a lot about Hall. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what other teams.
That's the point.
Do what?
He's a rookie, I think.
Nobody.
Dobbs is coming back, baby.
Listen. This is what I think, bro. Right? Thing about Hall is that I look at it like this. Yeah, you got hurt when you were supposed to start that game. Dobbs had to come in. Dobbs had an amazing game, so you leave Dobbs in there. But when Dobbs went down, remember they got to reestablish that depth chart every game. So when Mullins became the backup to Dobbs, I believe Mullins beat Hall out in practice, because that's how I look at it. And if you get beat out by Mullins in practice, I don't think you're going to be much to really do on an NFL field. I think they're just turning to Hall because you don't really have any more options. And Mullins did such a terrible job the last 2 games that you're forced to put Hall in there. So I don't think Hall's going to have a really bad. I think Hall's going to have a bad time there playing with Green Bay, just because they're running, because they're frantic. They have no options, and he was being out in practice already twice this year. So I look at it as he's not going to do well.
Yeah, the Vikings are full of disarray right now. Yeah, they're full of disarray when it comes to their quarterback.
This is why I look at it like that, because practice does. Remember, they practice throughout the week.
Yeah.
Hall, the original backup, he got beaten out in practice, and Bob Mullins became the backup. Push Hall down the 3rd string. Dobbs gets hurt. Mullins gets pulled because he does terrible. Now you're gonna put your 4th string in, who's just as bad as Mullins. So I don't see Hall in there and being great, because you couldn't even beat Mullins out in practice, which means through the number ones of the Packers. Yeah, you're not gonna do too well.
And not even just that. Remember, they didn't have any faith in him, because Kirk Cousins goes down, they go and get Dobbs. What does that tell you?
Got Dobbs. They got Dobbs because of the quarterback room. They wanted to make more room in the quarterback room. So, you know what I'm saying? It was like how Dobbs said it. It was a just in case kind of thing, and thank God they did it, because
it was working out well for them before.
It was working out well for them until Dobbs went down.
But yeah, it's disrespectful. Still, at the end of the day, it's disrespectful over the Packers. I mean, if you want to talk about beginning season odds, yeah, I'd probably be like, makes sense. But at this point, Packers are playing better than they did in the first half of the season. So it is what it is. We'll just prove them wrong. Let's go, Pack, go. Fucking stomp them.
So fair enough. Who do you guys got? Obviously, Tyler, you already said you got the Packers.
Go, Pack, go.
Go, Pack, go, man.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Corey?
Packers.
Yeah.
It's unanimous, guys. I'm going with the Packers on this. In fact, like I said, in a minute, you guys are about to see my predictions and to see that I got the Packers sneaking into the playoffs. Okay? So with that said, guys, we've gotten past the games. Let's talk about some of these things here.
Let's have some fun now.
And straight up, let's go to A-Rod's playoffs predictions. Mo, you were supposed to be here. You were on me about fixing these.
I was on YouTube.
I redid them, and you didn't show up. So it's not my fault. And here's the thing. This is this week. This is where we currently stand. Just so y'all know, this is taken from, if you go to ESPN.com, go to the NFL, go to the playoff section. They got what's called the playoff machine, and you get to play with it. You get to pick who you think is going to win these games, and at the end, they tell you who's going to make the playoffs based off of your picks. So with that said, okay, my first one. The arrows are the teams that I said were going to win. Zoom in if you have to, but I'll let you know. I have the Dallas Cowboys beating the Lions. I've got the Dolphins beating the Ravens. This is not a surprise to anybody. I said this.
Ridiculous.
Bills winning their game. Okay. I have the Bears winning theirs, the Raiders winning, the Jags, the Titans beating the Texans. Even with Stroud, like I said, he doesn't have anybody to throw to. I have the Rams winning, the Eagles winning, Tampa Bay winning, San Francisco winning, the Seahawks winning, KC winning, the Chargers beating the Broncos, and Green Bay beating the Vikings.
Woo.
What does that mean? That means at the end, by Monday morning, we have a new AFC lead, and that's going to be the Dolphins at their number 1 seed. What else does that mean? That means that your wild card teams would be the Browns, the Bills, and the Steelers based off of this week. In the NFC, not much changes except for wild card. The wild card would fall to the Rams, the Seahawks. No, actually, nothing changes. That stays exactly where
nothing changes. Stays the same way.
Nothing changes. Where we get the change is on week 18. And on week 18, this is what I have going out. I have the Seahawks winning. Baltimore will win that next game. Tampa Bay winning. Cleveland beating the Bengals. The Lions winning. Green Bay winning.
Woo.
The Colts beating the Texans. KC winning. The Raiders winning. The Dolphins beating the Bills because they're home.
No.
It'll be a big game there. Be a big game there. Okay. The Jets winning. That game doesn't matter. The Falcons game, that doesn't matter either, but I have them winning. This game does matter. I have the Giants taking the Eagles. Again, because it's the second time in 3 weeks they're playing. Tyrod Taylor playing a different game. I honestly think the Giants have been, that's not as a Cowboy fan, that's straight up, I think they're going to fall short against the Giants in the second game. San Francisco wins, the Jags win, and the Cowboys win. What does that do? What that does is it sneaks the Raiders in on the 7th seed, changing the playoff look. And there's no way you can't give him that head coach job after taking that team and taking them to the playoffs. That's number 1. In the NFC, the Cowboys move up to the number 2 spot, winning the division, and Green Bay sneaks in at the number 7.
Thank God.
That's my predictions on how the playoffs will begin. What happens after that, we'll talk about that afterwards. We're just trying to talk about the beginning of the playoffs. So, gentlemen, am I nuts?
One thing.
Who wants to start? You know what? We'll start with Tyler. Tyler, you go first.
I mean, this all looks pretty good. Besides, I see maybe one thing that doesn't look right.
And what would that be?
You got to swap Miami and the Ravens, baby.
Thank you.
You got to swap them too. Other than that,
I think Miami beat the Bills.
You gotta understand, I am the lone wolf who said Miami was going to win.
That's true. Let him have his.
But they won't beat the Bills though.
No, like I said, all of it is
Bills,
good. He had a good. I liked what he had. But
he had a good one.
They're not beating the Bills. It's
They're
okay
not
for them
beating
to
the
beat
Bills
Baltimore
though.
without the Bills.
You beat Baltimore. I ain't worried about the Baltimore. You gonna beat the Bills.
Actually, again, you're right. The Bills beat them in Buffalo, but Miami has the second best home record in the NFL. Do you not see them beating the Bills in Miami.
I'm a little biased, but nah.
Think that
I can honestly tell you, no, bro, because Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level right now.
All right,
and I'm gonna say that.
Honestly, tell me that's a long shot to believe.
It's not a long shot. It's very doable, but Josh
so
Allen will come in there and
you're going with heart more.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Are we saying that?
It's possible. It's possible that Miami beat, but because it's a divisional game, you got to factor this kind of stuff in.
Holy hell!
I see Buffalo beating Miami. It ain't gonna change the playoff picture. It's gonna swap out Ravens and
they still end up in the same spot.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just gonna talk my shit though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking my shit.
We're talking shit, man.
Just talk my shit. Talk my shit, bro.
All right. What about you, Cole?
I don't see nothing wrong with your playoff picture. I just see
agree with me about the Baltimore Miami game. We've established that when you pick them.
Yeah,
I understand that. But other than that,
good. Yeah, I can see a lot of that happening, especially the Raider one happening. You shed a lot of light on that, and then it looks like the NFC is staying the same. Besides just a swap with Green Bay.
There was
there was
a
the
big
swap with Green Bay,
and there was a swap with the Eagles and the Cowboys.
No, that's the positional changes, but everybody's staying in.
Yeah, but that's big though. That's big though. That's a big switch though.
That is a big switch, and I mean it can happen if Philly's just been playing bad all year against good teams and against bad teams. They're just winning by luck.
But do you think they fall to the Giants though in Week 18?
It's possible, man. The
I agree
Giants are ready to pay. Bro, if you watch that last game, the Giants players played their hearts out. Even Saquon Barkley was upset that they lost. So they're going to come out and play with some fire and some intensity.
But
Kyler Murray has been playing good against other teams this year too. He played good against San Francisco. They did do well against San Francisco for like the first half of the game. Yeah, look it up. They played pretty good. They had like 20-something points in that game. So the Cardinals could upset the Eagles if they don't come to play, man.
Yeah.
And Eagles are like
I would love that. It's
just terrible to see a team with so much talent across the board, probably a stud at every position, and they're playing like trash. I shouldn't say trash. They're not playing to
say trash.
No, they're not playing
to their standards.
Hey, I got something for you. Let me move on from that. I'm glad we established that, but I got something else for you. I got your power rankings.
Woo!
I got the power rankings by Mr. Mo and by Tyler. And because Mo's not here, I'm just gonna present his. Okay.
Yeah, you can't really defend them.
Yeah, let's just trash it.
But this is how he has.
Why is my picture up there?
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be Tyler's. That's Tyler's.
Yeah,
well, we're gonna start with yeah, Tyler,
my baby.
When he wants to. He
man. I thought that was Mo's for a second. I was
just
to see Baltimore
at the top.
Mo wish he had that hair. Whew.
Oh, damn.
I'll pay for this later, Mo.
No, but Tyler has it. This is his top 14. And his number one, obviously, was Baltimore. And Tyler, why am I going to say it? You're here. You can talk about yours.
About why I have Baltimore number one, or just as general?
Not why. Just you want to
go down. Go down, line.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you can say whatever you want.
No, I mean, I got Baltimore at number one because they beat the 49ers. I would have had 49ers at number one, but with that game was the ultimate decider for my power ranking. Those are going to be 1 and 2. Miami and the Cowboys. These are like the top 4 teams I think we have this season.
Yeah,
let's say top 4 teams. So a lot of these was just kind of, like I said, with those two, the Miami's over Cowboys because of that victory. Could have been exactly different if it was at the Cowboy Stadium. I have the Eagles ranked here, but the Eagles are falling down. So the Eagles have like Corey said, they're winning by luck. A win's a win.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee that can plummet very quickly because luck's going to run out.
That would all depends on what happens tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of these could change very rapidly because of this.
Yeah.
The Browns, the Lions are up there, which I regret because they didn't do shit for me, but that's besides the point.
Well, they did clinch, and they're playing the Cowboys
Yes.
today.
They did clinch. Browns they're following the script that Justin wrote down. Justin wrote the script. Browns are making the run. They'll make the run in the playoffs, but they won't make the run in the Super Bowl. Sorry, Justin. But I got your Bills.
Wrote it.
I got your Bills.
I'm gonna get to your list in a minute.
Yeah, there's some moves I would make.
And that's fine.
Mm.
Let's see. Then after when he goes with I had Kansas City. Originally I was thinking about putting a little bit higher, but they've been real shaky. So I'm putting them a little bit lower. They're still a competitive team, but I think they're just a little too shaky still. I think they need to really tighten up at the end of this season. Buccaneers moving their way on up. I think these last five games?
Yeah,
I want to say they've been impressive. Not super dominant, but a lot better than they were before. I think they'll make a run in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Depending on how the bracket will be set up, I think they'll make a run in the playoffs. Not Super Bowl material, but they'll make a run. I regret the Rams. I was looking over a lot of stats and stuff. So with the Rams, they were ranked fairly high in some others I was seeing because I was kind of taking note from other ranking systems just to get ideas from other people. Then with the Texans, I think with Stroud coming back, I think that's good for the Texans. But I don't. They're middle of the pack because you said this is what the top 14 you picked.
Yeah, top 14.
And right here, the Rams are going to be much lower at this point. But your last bottom three, these are your middle of the pack teams. I think with the Bengals, I think Browning got exposed. They got exposed. Who did they just play? Who'd they just
Steelers.
Play? Yeah. Steelers. A divisional rival, though.
Yeah. Divisional rival, but Browning got exposed.
Yeah, but the Steelers beat them without their starting quarterback.
Who?
Well, they don't really
he
have it.
Sucks anyway.
And then I have the Jags, who, once again, I think is just the middle of the pack team. I think
it's a shame. Yeah,
it's a shame because honestly, the Jags had an opportunity to be right up there with Baltimore, and
if they would have been healthy,
Dolphins, if they were healthy,
healthy Jags, we're talking top 5, top 6.
The massive amount of injuries that they had this year.
But still, with their injuries, they're middle of a pack team. Mm-hmm. I think they could still be a threat, but they're still middle of the pack. If they were healthy, they would be a dominant threat. But now I want to hear Justin destroy my power rankings.
I mean, I ain't really fucking mad at it, bro. But why the flying fuck do you have the fucking Rams, the Texans, and the Bengals, and you don't put the goddamn Hawks in there? Why the fuck ain't the Hawks in there?
I'm going to defend him and say that he didn't even put the Packers in there.
I don't care about the damn Packers. Why are the Hawks not in there? It's a playoff team. CJ Stroud we just went over this. They got nobody to throw to. And it's going to be tough. I just said the quarterback is going to make the receivers. But, bro, come on. Power rankings? You got Jake Browning who just got exposed. And you got Matt. All right, I'm not really mad at the Rams, but why the fuck is the fucking Texans and the Bengals ranked above my Seahawks, who just had 2 comeback victories, one over a top 2 team in the league, and is about to win out the rest of the year?
Yeah, all right.
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue.
Disrespect the Hawks again.
Is this just because you're a Hawks fan?
No, I'm spitting facts.
Okay.
I'm spitting facts.
So the anger's the Hawks fan part. The rest was just
the anger is the Hawks fan.
Okay, fair enough.
The logic is real logic. Don't ever disrespect the Hawks like that again, all right? Before I send Pete Carroll and DK Metcalf, and that's a big dude to come see you, right?
DK.
Yeah.
DK's gonna come because DK be ready to scrap with everybody.
Pete Carroll, I wish he would.
You know, listen, DK be ready to fight with a third string quarterback. So it don't matter.
Oh man.
Remember, the list ain't bad. The list ain't bad. I like the list. Just put the Hawks in there. Take out the
There's just
Texans,
some-
Bengals. You pick and choose. I don't care which one. Just put the Hawks in there. All right.
There's some
Hawks is
moves I'd make.
Or he can rip apart Mose. I want you
Well,
to rip apart Mose, Carl.
Okay.
Well, let me
I'll
rip apart
take
mine
Mo's.
first. Hold on. Destroy me. Give it to me.
There would be no other number 2 but the 49ers. I would not put the Dolphins there. The Dolphins only beat one team above 500.
In his fairness to him, he did not put the Dolphins tied with them. He ran them 1 through 14.
Yeah, this is
I did.
Miami's
okay.
third. Miami's third. Yeah.
I still wouldn't have them number 3 because they only beat the Cowboys. That's the only team over 500 that they beat. So I'd have them somewhere like 5.
Is there somebody else you put as a number 3?
My number 3.
Would you move the Cowboys up?
I'd move Cowboys or Philly up in that way. I'd have the Browns a little bit closer because the Browns actually are 8-1 at home. Cowboys are the only undefeated team at home. So they're 7-0. Browns are 8-1.
Was not aware of that.
Yeah.
And Browns, man.
Oh, by the way. So are the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins. Yeah. And then the Bills are right there too. They've been playing really good. And then throwing the Seahawks just for Justin, so he'd be happy.
Just for Justin. My Seahawks will go up to bat with all these teams, man.
Let me make a quick change then for my power rankings. Quick change on the fly. Drop the Rams, put the Seahawks in the place.
No, leave the Rams there. Take the Texans out.
We stand on business. Stand behind it. Tell Justin to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Let me see Mose. No, let me see Mose.
Yeah, let's see this one.
Mo's, you know how Mo is. Mo's super simple. You ready?
Juggernauts.
Mo
said,
"Where's your Seahawks now?"
Joe Flacco.
The Juggernauts are the Ravens. He said the Super Bowl contenders are the Dolphins and the Browns. He said the NFC champs, just because they clinched, they wanted to mention them. The Lions, elite. He threw in
Mo is
the
fucking
lone Flacco, even though his team is already there for Super Bowl. He threw Flacco in as elite only because he's playing so well. And the dangerous teams, he says, is the Rams and the Bills. Okay.
Yeah.
Mo, fuck you. You're crazy on the Rams. Other than that, everything else.
No, they've been playing really good. I told y'all last week that they had a chance of winning that game. They've been playing really good.
I don't care. I don't care. You know why?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
They missed the playoffs. And according to
it's fucking hilarious, bro.
Okay,
the Bills are very dangerous, though.
Wait, hold on. And according to my rankings, don't they make? Yep, they missed the playoffs.
Your rankings is not like ESPN. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out, bro.
But can you disagree? Can you disagree?
Did you give the Jets the last 2 wins of the week?
It's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks left. It's 2 weeks left, bro. He did. Tyler, he wasn't here. He did this back in like week 7.
Oh my god!
If you were to go back and watch that video and see the playoff bracket compared to now, you're gonna sit here and look at him like he's fucking crazy, bro. He had the Jets in the 7th seed, bro.
What the fuck?
No, they weren't even 7. They were 6. They were the 6th seed in the AFC, bro.
Bro. They were
like, come on, dog. Come on, bro.
We get started because next week we're gonna start. One of the topics next week is a little quick early thing. Robert Saleh, should he be fired? But we'll talk about that next week.
We'll get there.
Not this week. What I do say is that the Rams are not even going to make the playoffs. The Rams are not even going to make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Joe Flacco's crazy. Like,
I mean, the guy, he's averaging like 320 something yards a game.
47 years old, bro.
But he's doing it, man.
Like next year, bro.
He's doing like 3 touchdowns a game. But then,
yeah, but he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, bro.
The Giants tomorrow, right? But they lose to San Francisco next week, and that's going to kick them out the playoffs. So when they don't make the playoffs, how dangerous can they really be?
Wait, does San Francisco clinch?
The Seahawks should have been there as a dangerous team above the Ravens.
Does San Francisco clinch if they win tomorrow, or do they have to play the last two games?
No, they have to
win
play
out.
the last 2 games because
They gotta
they're
win
tied.
out.
They got to win out.
They're actually tied between the Eagles and
Dallas.
Dallas.
So they have to play their starters.
They gotta win out.
Unless, of course, they win tomorrow and the Eagles lose. Then they really don't have to. You know? But
Mhm.
other than that, the Rams, they're not going to beat the 49ers. They're going to miss the playoffs.
Mm.
Okay? So they're not that dangerous to me. All right? Now I'll tell you who mine, because I did mine. I wasn't going to do mine, but when Mo did one and Tyler did one, I said I'm going to do one too. And here's mine.
That's it?
And you yelled at me.
No.
You yelled at me.
What's going
You yelled
on?
at me.
No, we should have did one, Justin. We should have
I
did.
should have, because that's fucking crazy, bro.
Okay? In size order. You ready? Lamar's my number one guy to make the Super Bowl. I honestly think the Super Bowl will be Baltimore against the 49ers.
Finally.
CMC is there as the second highest. But let me tell you something. Justin is spot on about Cleveland. Cleveland is nasty. That's my third team that if Baltimore does not go to the AFC,
I mean, third place.
Yeah, if they don't go to the Super Bowl, I honestly see Cleveland going to Super Bowl.
It'll be a great story. Flacco, Super Bowl again.
I know football.
Wins one?
I'll tell you what. My Super Bowl picks, the ones I want to, not the ones that I'm telling you who's going to do it.
I'm about to get up on this chair, bro. I already know what it's going.
Baltimore versus the 49ers. But can I have a dream one? Give me Cleveland,
Jets,
Dallas.
I like that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Wouldn't that be a nice Super Bowl?
Wait, the Cowboys.
No, it wouldn't be nice for Dak because he's going to be feeling all of Myles Garrett.
But you know what? I just want to see him there, man, since everybody says he can't make it there. Can he get there? Then if he gets beat up by Myles Garrett, he gets beat up by Myles Garrett. It is what it is.
Okay, he made it, though.
My outside sleeper, the Dolphins, based off of last week's play. Yes, it was only one game. Yes, I hear you, Corey. I hear you. Listen.
It's okay.
You put the wrong Dolphins player then.
Okay. No, but come on, he is Mr. Dolphin right
now. Bro, you put the wrong Dolphins player. If you're going to base upon last week, you got to put Jason Sanders there. That's the kicker. Put him there. Don't put Tyreek there. Put Jason Sanders there.
I know.
Kicking for that W.
He's the Dolphins. And
I kicked the shit out of everybody.
The actual Dolphin defense looked better than what I expected last week. I did not expect them to play as well as they did. They played wonderful. Can they do it again? If they can beat Baltimore and play like the way they played last week, then I say you got to start talking about the Dolphins to really do something in the playoffs. If they don't and Baltimore smacks them around, then yeah.
You know what looked better than the Dolphins D last week? The Dolphins special teams.
I was hoping you would have made another graphic with Lamar and then a whole bunch of Dolphins players like you did with the one against the 49ers.
Actually, if you notice,
that was funny as shit.
For the YouTube right now, if you go on YouTube, the thumbnail, it's only Dolphins players. It's all the Dolphins players. It's all of them. All run. Because this story really is about the Dolphins. I don't think it's on the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to come in and they're going to play the way they've been played every game so far this season. They are the most consistent team in the NFL. They're not wavering. They're not doing anything crazy. They're playing the same way week after week. You know what you got. You don't know what you got with the Dolphins. So the Dolphins come in and do their thing. It could be a very interesting story. Dolphins come in and get beat up on. Be an interesting story. Either way, it's be a hell of a game to watch. Game of the week. All right. That's where I have that. Real quick, none of you guys sent me your prize picks. So I did the only one. I put $20 in there for y'all. All right. Prize picks. It's an app, guys. It's an app. You can bet based off of the numbers of the individual players. Brock Purdy, more than 267 yards passing.
Mm.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, more than 87 yards rushing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Joe Mixon, 8 touchdowns. Yeah, I'll pick
He's
that.
been getting one like every game, I think.
Yeah, I'll pick that. Okay. I put $20 in. If all 3 come through for me, I win 140.
Nice.
Real simple. Real simple. Take that 140, take my wife back out to Olive Garden. She likes Olive Garden. I don't care what y'all say about it. She likes it. She likes the pasta.
Damn, dude, you're breaking out the wallet.
Nobody said I was going anywhere special now.
That payout was 140. Those times 5 for 3.
Huh?
Thought it was times 5 for 3. I guess they modified it for you.
They modified.
Hey man.
Nah, because if you do that, if you pick 3 like if you pick like 3 outrageous picks, they do like, oh shit, you get this, bro. You get a little extra. Because it's supposed to be times
right
5.
there. 3 picks.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm saying I think they did it like point like
screenshot that right off their website, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because I think that's a modified payout. It's not the actual payout. Well, it's a payout, but it's a modified. It's not the average standard payout.
I'm gonna leave you with this, guys. Here's the graphic. Take a good look at it because I think everything's gonna change after this weekend. There's a lot of change.
Wait, bro.
I think we're gonna see a lot. With that said, guys, I'm gonna give you a chance to say your goodbyes. Corey wants to go out with his family, man. His birthday was yesterday, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
Thank
you, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. This is our first time on Twitch, so hopefully you all like the show. Come back again. We'll try and do this more often for everyone. Love you guys. Everybody be safe. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I love you guys here on the cast and the crew with me. Mo, wherever you're at, buddy. I'll drop a tear for Trevor just for you. Yeah, and go Ravens. Sorry, Fred.
Tyler.
Yeah, like Corey said, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, do all that good stuff. Everyone stay safe for the New Year's. This is the time everyone's gonna be drinking, blowing up fireworks. Just make sure don't hold any while you're fucking doing it, like I do half the time. And yeah, go Ravens. Ravens are taking the Super Bowl.
Justin.
First thing I want to say is go Hawks, go Mafia, go Bills Mafia. Tomorrow is a very special day for me. I'm playing in my first fantasy Super Bowl. Just want all the viewers and my cast members to wish me luck. Hopefully I wanted to play Tyler, but things go left. So it is what it is.
5 fucking points.
But if I win, now I'm gonna win, but if I win, I will be back on Wednesday with a speech. With my trophy and my acceptance speech. Now, if I lose, I won't say shit. Y'all gonna know if I lose. If I win, I will be here with acceptance speech and my trophy.
If you lose, I'm letting you know.
I lose. I ain't saying shit. Yeah, you gotta have Victor on that episode. Victor is a 2-time champion already. He's been in the Super Bowl damn near every year.
Yep.
I'm definitely the underdog going in, but any given Sunday, clear eyes, 4 hearts, can't lose.
4 hearts,
dude. I'm hoping you win, Justin. For the love of God.
Yeah, for the love of God, I hope I win. I put in a lot of pain for this shit, and I want to see some fucking results. Okay, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe, keep it from the hip, bro.
All right, man. All right, so. I guess they said everything I needed to say, but thank you all for watching. Please enjoy your New Year safely. And as always, let's keep it football and keep it from the hip. Goodbye, everyone.